Friday at 3 p.m. on The Voice of Stockton.
Sit in the hot seat and keep it real with Alyssa Love.
Whether you're talking about your love life, past and current friendships, fashion trends, juicy stories, hot topics, food, entertainment, the list is endless.
But what it comes down to,
can you keep it real with Alyssa Love?
Thursday nights starting at 8:05 p.m. on KXVS 92.1 FM, The Voice of Stockton.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Julie Damron, local veterinarian for over 20 years. I am so excited about my new radio show, Tales and Tips, on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. on Facebook, YouTube, Voice of Stockton, and KXVS Radio. I will discuss relevant issues affecting animals and pet owners today, how to avoid common problems, and how to extend the quality of life for your cherished companions. As a community advocate, I will also discuss important social issues that affect our city. I plan to showcase organizations and heroes who are doing amazing things to help others. Remember to tune in every Tuesday morning at 10, starting soon.
KXVS 92.1 coming soon. KXVS.
Welcome to Stockton SJC on KXVS, the Voice of Stockton, soon to be on 92.1 FM. We are broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube. Hopefully you're checking us out on our live stream. If not, maybe you're catching us on a rebroadcast. We have a very special show for you today. None other than Stockton's Institute for Continued Learning, an important part of San Joaquin Delta College, and we have Beverley Dierking and Elaine Donaway, the marketing and publicity co-chairs. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
All right, welcome to KXVS. So now this is this your first time here for both of you?
Yes.
All right. So welcome to the studio, and thank you for what you're doing in the community. Tell us a little bit. Introduce the Stockton Institute for Continued Learning for those who might not have heard of it or are unfamiliar with it. Tell us a little bit about it, Beverly.
Sure. Stockton Institute of Continued Learning is a program that is offered through Delta College. We're under the Workforce Training Institute, and our program provides affordable classes, speakers, and tours for lifelong learners. A lot of people say, what are lifelong learners? People interested in learning new things, going on trips, learning a new hobby, a new skill. We've actually been on the Delta College campus since 1998. Wow. So we're coming up on our 20th year. We're very proud of our offerings. We say we're one of the best kept secrets in our community.
Wow. So 20 years. So now this is so continued learning. That's it's specifically tailored to a certain segment of the population.
Well, it's really, we feel that we offer programs for everyone. Our programs, unlike the ones at Delta, are not for credit. They're just for fun.
Okay.
So we're coming up with our fall offerings. We have 33 classes, individual classes, and 13 of them are brand new for this term. We also are offering 5 tours and 2 speakers.
Wow.
So we really offer a large variety of classes.
So now some people who want to get classes for credit, now this isn't for them. This is more for enhancing a person's life?
Right. We used to say that we were for seniors or mature learners. Basically, it's a program for people who are available during the day, during the week. That is when our classes are offered at Delta College. So it could be stay-at-home moms who have children in school who might have some free time and want to learn something new. Most of our members are retired. But it's really for people of all ages. And we offer a variety of classes. Some of our more popular classes that have been with us for years, Ann Shargan teaches beginning bridge. Oh, wow. She has taught beginning bridge for us for 19 years.
Bridge the card game.
Bridge the card game. Okay. She's a retired Stockton judge. Many people who have lived in our community are quite familiar with her. We have financial planning, genealogy, we have card games, canasta, we have beginning drawing, painting, quilting, birding, just genealogy, a wide range of classes. Our term begins September 11th and runs through November 13th. Some of our classes run, the entire 10 weeks. Some classes only meet once or twice, so there's really a variety. We have late starting classes.
Mm-hmm. Now, you said, we talked about this earlier, that registration is opening up.
Yes.
And so it's a mad dash, right? Or how does it work?
Well, this is the way it works. Our registration begins on Saturday, this Saturday, August 19th at 10 a.m. in Upper Danner Hall at Delta College. If people aren't familiar with the college, most people know where the koi pond is on campus, and it's a building right next to the koi pond. So that's pretty easy to find. There is no parking fee on Saturdays. As I said, registration begins at 10 a.m. Doors open at 9 a.m. It is first come, first serve. Our tours, we have 5 tours. Those typically do fill the first morning of registration. Our classes, a lot of them have a maximum number of students, depending on the curriculum and the size of the room. And registration is from 10 to 11:30 on Saturday, August 19th. And then we have a registration in our SICL office in Holt 123 the following week, starting at, I forget. Because we did make a little change on that. 10 a.m. to 12:30.
And that's during the week?
During the week, Monday through Friday, August 21st to the 25th.
All right. So they could, but first come, first serve. So if they want to get their best chance, they should show up on Saturday.
They should show up on Saturday. We do have ongoing registration in Holt 123 throughout the term on Wednesdays and Fridays. And we have, as I said, some late starting classes.
Now, is there a way for people to take a look in advance to see what classes are offered? I mean, I know they could figure it out once they get there, but
absolutely.
How do we access the information beforehand?
Yes, we have a full catalog of classes, and it is available on our website, and that's www.cyclestockton.com, and we have our full catalog with the details, with the times and days of the week, how many times the classes meet, our tours, and also our 2 speakers. I did want to mention our speaker series is free and open to the public.
All right. Do you already know who we have scheduled for speaking this semester?
Yes, I do.
Now, does it go by semesters, or is it?
Yes.
Okay.
SICL, that's our acronym, SICL, for Stockton Institute of Continued Learning.
All right.
And we offer classes during the fall and spring terms.
All right.
We have coming up, our speaker series usually has a focus, and this year or this term, it's on the rich multicultural history of our community.
Right.
And we have two. We have coming up on September 15th at 3 o'clock in the North Forum at Delta College. We have Dr. James Sobredo. He's a professor, an ethnic study professor, and a documentary photographer. And he will be speaking on the history of Mexicanos.
All right.
Interesting. So
Yes.
you'll have to come and see and listen to what that is all about. But it is, he will be presenting about the Mexican and the Filipino culture and how those two were intermingled in our history in Stockton.
Definitely, we know about the workers' rights movements. Actually, was started with the Filipino workers, and that was Larry Itliong and Cesar Chavez, and that's how the whole workers movement started. Filipinos and Mexican workers coming together way back, and so Dr. James Sobredo will be doing a kind of the history of that.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
so that should be a very interesting presentation. And then on Friday, September 22nd at 3 o'clock, again in the North Forum at Delta College, we will have Tosco present. And it's somewhat like a reader's theater. And they will be talking about 3 Japanese American sisters who had gone to an internment camp in Arkansas and then returned. So it's kind of their story. This has been presented before, and I've heard it's just a really moving presentation.
Wow.
So these two are free and open to the public.
Wonderful.
Anyone can come. There's no sign up. To attend our classes at Delta College, it's a low $30 membership, and that entitles members to take as many classes as they want.
Wow. So if they become a member of SICL for $30, they can take all of these classes.
All of them.
Wow.
Yes. No one has that much free time, but if they did, they could. Our tours are an additional cost, but they're very nominal. For a day tour, it runs typically between $35 and $55, and that includes the transportation and any entrance fees. So as you can see, our program is very affordable. We want it to be open to as many people in our community as possible. And let me just touch on, people will say, well, how can you provide such a quality program at such a low rate? And there are 2 factors. One is the generosity of Delta College. Delta College allows us to use the facilities, and that is huge. We have a room there that we have most of our classes in. They allow us to use the support services that help us run our program. Another key factor for SICL and how we can maintain our affordability is all of our instructors and our board members were all volunteers.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so we have fantastic instructors who teach for us because they have huge hearts.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have professors who teach for us. Professor Garone is teaching a wonderful class coming up this fall, and it is on Latin American films.
Wow.
It's fantastic. So we have people from all walks of life who are coming and sharing their passion, their hobby, their expertise with our members.
Wow. Now, how does somebody get involved in a program like that? Now, we know we can get enrollees, but maybe somebody else out there is listening and they're interested in being an instructor or volunteering. How do they get connected with SICL?
Yes, we are always looking for volunteers and instructors. Actually, today was our first curriculum committee meeting, and we are already planning for the spring term.
Okay.
Yeah, that planning process begins way in advance. If they're interested, they can call our Stockton office. And that number is 209-910-4748. And we can send them a proposal form. They can talk to our curriculum chairs. So we're always looking for new. That's why we have 33 classes this term, and 14 of them are brand new.
Wow.
So we're always trying to keep it fresh. Sometimes, we'll offer a class for a few terms, and then the instructor will take a little sabbatical, take a term or two off, and then we'll introduce some new classes, and then those come back. And so we're always bringing the returning favorites back, as well as a sprinkling of fresh new offerings.
Now there's another program at Delta taking classes, community education, I believe is.
Yes.
So this is a different program.
This is a completely different program, but it's similar.
All right.
It's community education is now under the Workforce Training Institute as SICL, as our program is now. And they offer classes. Some of them are similar, but those classes are offered in the evening or on the weekends. So those tend to be for people who are still working.
Right.
SICL classes and offerings tend to be for people who are available to engage in lifelong learning during the day.
All right. So a little bit different, I guess, client base.
Yes, the community education classes, although they have classes like ours that are just for fun, but they also have classes that will help people maybe brushing up on some skills that they might need for their job. They offer a wide variety of classes. Their classes are a little bit more expensive because they pay their instructors.
Yes, and they're also the pricing structure for community ed is based per class.
Exactly.
Where this you drop $30 in the tank, and it takes you all year. Is it a full year's courses or
a semester?
A semester.
Yeah, each semester.
So you finish out this year, and then you would have to renew.
Correct. In the spring, we'll have a whole new offerings and a new registration.
All right. So. Just to get a quick recap, and Elaine, feel free to jump in anywhere.
I will. No, I'm a new board member.
All right.
I'm new 2 months, 3 months.
All right.
Couple months.
I'm just learning the marketing policy skills with Beverly, but I have attended the SICL program for like 2 years.
Okay.
I'm a retired state employee.
All right.
I'm 63 years old.
Okay.
And I believe in long-time learning.
That's right.
So I've taken the drawing class, and I'm a birder now. I go to bird watching. Oh yeah, and I was in the bridge class, and it's really, and I'm not just saying it's a very good program.
No, definitely.
As Beverly said, you can pay $30 and take as many classes as you want, and it's always good to learn new things.
Sure.
You're right. So I'm happy with the program. I'm taking catalogs out and sharing it with the community. And just for me speaking, and you see I'm a American black woman.
Yes, ma'am.
We need more minorities.
Yes.
I'm normally the only black person in my class. Oh. And one time I just said, I'm not even going to this anymore. But again, I said, forget it. I want to be a birder. I want to watch birds, okay? I really enjoy it, and I have all these birds around my house now. I'm throwing seeds out. I'm identifying birds. So again, it's always good to learn new things, all right? And I'm sketching, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So come register. And I'll be there not Saturday. Well, I'm a register Saturday because, as Beverly said, the classes go so fast. Yeah. All right. I canceled a trip to Reno to be there to register. Okay. Because I want to make sure I'm in the classes that I select. That's right. But I will be helping out with registration during the week. Okay. Excellent. So if you can get there Saturday, get there. As Beverly said, you can pull up the classes on the internet if you don't have the catalog, and it is an excellent program.
Now, you enjoyed it so much as you're now a participant, and you know, and being a volunteer supported operation, that's very important. And it's actually a real testimony to the class and the program, because that's how you got involved.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Being receiving the benefits and enjoying the instruction. Now, this Saturday, again, just to remind folks who are tuning in, August 19th, 10 o'clock at Delta College in Danner, you said?
Upper Danner Hall.
Danner Hall.
And that's 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m.
10 to 11:30, that's
yes,
right.
It's an hour and a half.
And again, you are, you know, encouraged to show up on Saturday, because first come, first serve for the classes. But if you can't make it Saturday, you can come during the week to Holt 123 from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. to sign up.
And that's just the week right after registration.
Okay, so just next week.
Next week, and then after that, ongoing on Wednesdays and Fridays from noon to 2 in Holt 123, we have ongoing registration.
Okay, so Wednesdays and Fridays.
Yes, it's really never too late, because as I said, we have late starting classes.
Okay.
And some of them are held in the North Forum, which is a huge room.
Yes.
We have Handy Person's Tips, which is a very popular class.
Really?
Our instructor has an amazing sense of humor, takes a lot of Q&A, you know, for those of us who don't know what we're doing, and it's really a lot of fun. One thing we didn't touch on are really the benefits of lifelong learning. Research has shown that people engaged in learning, when the mind is active, it's like a gym for your brain. There was a study done in 2012 in Chicago at I think it's the Roche Institute of Aging, and people have over a 2.5% less chance of developing Alzheimer's and dementia.
Wow.
There's a lot of research, not only lifelong learning. We had a speaker from UOP, Dr. Hallowell, was one of our speakers for our series a couple years ago. And he was sharing with us about how to prevent the aging of the brain. And, you know, being from the School of Pharmacy, I think a lot of people might have thought he would have been promoting drugs. Or it was absolutely the contrary.
Okay.
And some of the things that he pointed out is simple. Getting at least 8 hours of sleep every night. Volunteering and being active in your community, which is lifelong learning, of course, exercise and good nutrition. So it's, you know, it's simple things, but it just confirms a program like SICL helps us keep our brains active. It's also,
if you they say if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So it's the same with muscles, and the same, of course, with your brain. Dr.
Hallowell was sharing, a lot of people think, crossword puzzles. And he says crossword puzzles are great, but getting out and learning something new, socializing, that was another thing, socializing was extremely important. And so when you're, other than, you know, giving you a good night's sleep, a lot of those other are things that we provide through our SICL program.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so now one of the things that you talked about, you mentioned that the instructors are volunteers.
Correct.
And if somebody wants to get involved, maybe there's somebody out there listening that they can sign up. They can, of course, find more information at SICLStockton.com. That's SICL Stockton.com. But they could call 209-910-4748.
Correct.
And the more the merrier, I assume.
Absolutely. We're always looking for different instructors, and the way we get our ideas for new classes at the end of each class, when the class is over for the term, students, our members, fill out an evaluation form.
Okay.
And one of the key questions is, what else would you like SICL to offer?
Wonderful.
So that's how we get ideas for brand new classes. And I know one class in particular we have tried to find an instructor for is kind of a current events class. But it would be someone who's could be neutral.
All right, of course.
Yes, neutral, keeping the conversation going, the dialogue going, not letting one person dominate.
Like a moderator.
Exactly. Thank you. That was a term I was looking for. And so I know that is something we are definitely looking for. And a current events, and gosh, you know, there would be a whole lot to talk about in this day and age. That would keep, I think, a lively, interesting conversation going.
That would be great to do over the air.
Yes.
You get people in a bunch of people in a room, and let's have at it. Current events. Well, you know, there's definitely no shortage of conversation there. What we want to do is really you know, share this information. So those of you who are listening, you know, if you're on Facebook, share the link, and we'll post SICL's link on the video, and make sure that you can access the information there. But Saturday's the day. It's just a few days away, and yeah, make plans to get out there and sign up for these awesome courses. $30 a semester. I mean, beat that anywhere. And if you do, let us know, because I haven't heard of a program that's that affordable for all this good instruction. So, and it's open to all ages.
Really, it is not children.
Oh, right.
They have to be over 18.
Right.
Yes, we don't take children. We don't provide babysitting. But yeah, I know. I know. But we do encourage people of really all ages to come and participate, because we have such a well-rounded program and so many different classes. I think it has kind of a universal appeal.
All right. Lifelong learning keeps you alive.
Yes, it keeps your brain active, and I think one of the best things is you get to meet and make new friends.
Yes.
That's how I met Elaine.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, so that's an added bonus.
Wonderful.
Are the friendships you make.
Which is what you talked about, the social aspect. You know, and you know, hey, nowadays people are, you know, they're being more and more social, but not in the same room.
Yes.
And how nice it is to get together, brick and mortar, come together and make some face-to-face friends, not face-to-screen friends.
Yeah.
All right.
One of my personal favorites is Mahjong. And if you're familiar with it, it's an ancient Chinese game with tiles.
Right.
We didn't learn to speak Chinese, but we did learn how to read, you know, the tiles. And in that class, we're learning something new, but there's also plenty of time to talk, which I like to do. And yeah, it's a good way to get to know people, especially with social media now. I think people are texting and they aren't really having conversations. Right. And so this allows people to make new friends and to really have some good conversations.
Yeah, and you know, it's a whole different world. You know, when you're texting and you're on social media, it's almost like everything is very as spontaneous as, or as instantaneous it is. A lot of it is kind of like prepared presentation. Yeah. And you know, the conversations are you know, there's other, as close as it brings us together, there are things that interfere with the flow of conversation, where, you know, when you just can't be face to face like what we're doing here. I mean, you know, this would be a way different conversation if we're texting back and forth. Right. So what was the website?
Do you want to talk about the tours?
Well, I just wanted to share. Beverly didn't really go over the tours, but one tour I'm looking forward to is the one October 17th. It's a Tuesday, and we're going to the Sacramento Zoo and the state capitol.
Now, when you said tours, okay, so now I'm getting a different idea, because I was thinking, because Delta is a beautiful campus.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Thank you, Elaine, for jumping in.
So how many tours? These are expeditions you're talking about.
5. Yeah. They're day tours.
Yes, these are field trips.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
For the kiddies. for the kiddies. We're talking about field trips, y'all.
Yes.
So 5. So we can talk about all 5. Tell us. So chronologically,
Beverly, because you've been on them. This is my first time.
You said you were looking forward to one.
I'm going to the one on October 17th, and it's $40 round trip. You don't pay to get into the zoo or. And I've never been to Sacramento Zoo. I go to San Francisco, San Diego, but this will be a real good experience for me. And I haven't been to the state capitol. I've seen, you see it from Golden One. Yeah. Okay, but I haven't been on a tour in there. Right. So this is, I hope I see Jerry Brown. Hello, Governor. Anyway.
Hello. Oh, we're talking about Governor Brown.
Yeah.
Yes.
So no, I'm really looking forward to it. You can't beat it for $40. Okay. And it's gonna. I only signed up for the one because I have these classes that I have to attend. But no, I'm going. And Beverly's been to most of the tours, so.
Now that $40 covers transportation. It covers the entrance fee.
Right.
All you got to figure out is what you're gonna eat.
Right.
And they usually will stop. Sometimes they'll stop near restaurants. Sometimes they stop at a restaurant and they eat together. The tour does not include lunch.
Yeah, but you can pack a lunch.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I would do.
Yes.
So I could bring my vegetarian sandwiches. Fried tofu, baked tofu.
Yeah.
So that's the when's that? October
17th.
But there's 4 more.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So coming up on Wednesday, September 20th, we have the Nimbus Fish Hatchery and Wine Tasting.
Whoa.
I think I'm going to go to the second part of that tour at the Lucas Winery.
All right.
So that should be a lot of fun. On Monday, September 25th, they're taking a tour of the California Cavern and Angels Camp. I think a lot of us sometimes we drive by these local gyms, but we often don't really stop and see what they have to offer.
Yeah.
Elaine already talked about the Tuesday, October 17th to the Sacramento Zoo and State Capitol.
Yeah.
Saturday, October 28th, I think this one sounds lovely, Nevada City to look at the fall colors.
Oh, wow.
And the Narrow Gauge Railroad Museum.
Wow.
I might go to that one too.
Yes, that sounds like fun. And then we'll end our tour season on Wednesday, December 6th to the Sierra Repertory Theater in Old Sonora. Wow. And they'll see a play A Night Before Christmas, which is a musical, funny, should be a really nice play to kick off the holiday season. So each term, our wonderful tour co-chairs take our members on, next term in the spring, there'll be 5 new tours.
Wow.
Yeah.
It seems like if the tour isn't, something more significant like visiting the theater, it's like a double whammy. You get to go either to the fish hatchery and wine tasting, or you go to the zoo and visit the Capitol, or you go to Nevada City, and there were the 2 things you mentioned there. One was wildflowers.
To see the fall colors, and then the Narrow Gauge Railroad Museum. So you can kind of see where we're going. There's kind of something for everyone.
Every trip too.
Yeah, and usually on the tours they go on, to 2, one place in the morning and one place in the afternoon. Riding the bus is always a hoot.
Yeah. That's where you get your socializing.
Yes, you're
play some bridge.
Yes, socializing and sometimes.
Oh man, that's so cool. And now these trips, these are not included in the $30, but they're very reasonably priced.
Yes, as I said, typically they're between $35 and $55, and that includes your transportation and entrance fees. Either the theater tickets or entrance fees into the facility that we're visiting.
Elaine, I'm glad you revisited that.
Yes,
because
thank you.
Because I was thinking, maybe I should host those Delta College tours. I'm familiar with the campus. No, we're talking about big tours.
Fun tours.
Tour in California. Tour in we're talking about the West.
We've been to San Francisco. We've been, one of the really popular ones was in Napa, the Culinary Institute. We had a fabulous tour there. Wow. Sometimes we go to museums. Just a wide, sometimes gardens are popular.
Here's a question. Now, does a person need to be a member to go on one of the tours?
We actually did have, just recently after the printing, there was a policy change, and now they do have to be a member of SICL.
Okay.
Yes.
So become a member, $30. You could take all these classes.
Yes.
And it makes you eligible to join these awesome field trips, tours.
Yes.
Yes. Wow. And so now you got a couple speakers. You said the history of Mexipinos on the 15th of September. That's a free discourse. And on the 22nd, Tosco is coming in, and they're talking about the sisters in internment.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, that's very exciting.
And just to reiterate, the speaker series is free and open to the public.
Open to the public.
Yes,
All
so
right.
people don't have to pay the $30 membership fee. Anyone can come.
Well, hey, folks, September 15th, September 22nd, you got a couple of great events to come to.
3 o'clock in the North Forum.
3 o'clock North Forum. Let me put that down. Yes, wow. You know, Beverly, we were playing phone tag and hit and miss and trying to get you into the studio, and I'm really glad that we made it happen.
Thank you.
And Elaine, also thanks for participating, and of course Ava Simpson, who was the negotiator.
Exactly.
Thank you,
couldn't,
Ava.
and Ava is the one that did our beautiful catalog.
That is such a clever cover. I was blown away.
Yes. This actually was from one of our classes. It's developing your creativity through visual journaling. And I took that last term, and our instructor, Vicki Gaia, is returning.
And I'm taking it this time.
Yeah, it
Vicki's
is
awesome.
It is fabulous.
All right.
So lots of fun things going on at Delta College. And we would like to thank you, Governor Don, for providing this opportunity for us to share information about our program.
Of course.
And and a huge thank you to San Joaquin Delta College.
Of course, yes. Thank you. A big thanks to Delta College. You're basically subsidizing a great program, providing the facilities and all of that. And man, the support, of course, and we appreciate. Most of us have gone through the doors of Delta, and it has enhanced our life in ways that we can't even speak about.
Yeah.
So yes, a big love to San Joaquin Delta College.
Yeah. Dr. Kathy Hart is a huge supporter of our program. She believes in it, and we're so appreciative. And last huge thank you, because we couldn't do it without all of our wonderful volunteers who put so much time into providing this program, and our instructors.
Yes, and more volunteers.
Yes, more volunteers.
The super volunteers.
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna post this information, and we'll share it. And feel free to share it on your social networks and things like that too. Let's try to get a great turnout. And folks out there, come on out. Stockton Institute for Continued Learning. What a deal! What a bargain! And lifelong learning will keep you lifelong happy. All right. So yes, all right. Well, that just about wraps up this Stockton SJC program. We want to thank Beverley Dierking, again, Elaine Donaway, of course, Ava Simpson, and all the great participants at SICL and volunteers. So, make it happen, folks. We'll have the information online. You can call 209-910-4748 or cyclestockton.com. That's SICL Stockton, STOCKTON.com. All right. Well, thanks for coming out. We'll look forward to updates. Maybe you could send us some announcements or whatever promotional material you have, and so we can promote the field trip, the tours, and the public talks. That'd be great. All right. Want to thank you again for coming out, and thank you, of course, out there for listening. You are listening to Stockton SJC on KXVS, the voice of Stockton, right here on thevoiceofstockton.org, and of course 92.1 FM is coming soon this fall. Look forward to that right here in your hometown. All right. So thanks again. Stay tuned for more, and we'll be back.
Good job.
and regional impact.
92.1 coming soon.